All right, Unit 10. We have law of cosines and law of sines. We're just going to do law of sines first. 3 small units. We'll calculate some area. First of all, what is law of sines? Well, this is just a way to set up an equation, a proportion, really, to solve for any side or angle in any triangle. Doesn't have to be a right triangle, just any triangle. Okay, so first of all, let's figure out how these match up. So your angle here, angle A, let's use a different color, shall we? Let's go with something like that. That matches up with side A. Notice how they're written. Angle A is capitalized, the side opposite is lowercase. Okay, that is an ugly color. Just use red. Side B, or angle B, which is capitalized, matches up with straight across its side, and C with the side opposite, lowercase c. So angles are capitalized, and the sides opposite those angles are lowercase. And this is how the law of sines sets up. So if you take the sine, like on your calculator, the sine function, the sine of the angle over its corresponding side, that's going to equal any of the others. I could use A, or I could use B. You know, I didn't have to write C first. I just chose to, just to be different. So you could say sine of A. Oh, what's happening over there? Never mind, I'll do it over here. You could have written sine of angle A over A equals the sine of angle B over B equals the sine of angle C over C. It doesn't matter, but you need 2 of those. You'll need 2 of those in order to solve. Because if you have 2 of them, then you can make a proportion, cross multiply and solve. So we're going to do a lot of the same thing over and over. Let me show you. So in example 1, we take our angle. You have to make sure that you have, this angle, you have the side that matches with that angle. Okay, I do. I'm looking for x, but I do have the angle and the side matching up. And the other one, this one 34, needs to match up with its opposite side. And if they don't, then we have to find the other angle, which is very easy, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So how I set it up is this. I take the sine of 52. It matches up with side x equals the sine of angle 34, and that matches up with side 10. And then to solve, we just cross multiply. Sine of 52 times 10, and x times the sine of 34. So I'm going to write it over here. X times the sine of 34 is going to equal 10 times the sine of 52. And then once I have that, I just divide by the sine of 34, because that's just a number. Those will cancel. Sine of 34. Okay. So sine of 52. So on your calculator, make sure you're in degree mode because these angles are in degrees. Okay, degree mode. Okay, degree mode. Always. So let's see. On my calculator, I take the sine of 52. Okay, sine of 52 times it by 10, get that number, and then divide it by the sine of 34. And if you're doing it right, x would equal 14.1. So you make sure you're getting that right answer. And if you are, then you're putting it in the calculator in the right way. Okay, example 2. These all set up the same. So you find, I'm looking for side x. Well, what angle matches up with that? 119, I have it. Good. So I can set that up. The sine of 119 over x equals, okay, I have side 7. Do I have the angle that matches with it? And it should be right there, and I do, 21. So I'll say, okay, then the sine of 21 over 7. Cross multiply. x times the sine of 21 is going to equal, the other direction, 7 times the sine of 119. Divide by the sine of 21. Those reduce. Divide by the sine of 21. So x is going to equal, take 7 times the sine of 119, and then divide that by the sine of 21, and you should get 17.1. Okay, make sure that's what you're getting. Okay, let's see. Example 3 and 4. Got a wild circle over here. Okay, so let's get rid of that. We'll go back to our pen. Yeah. Maybe we'll do a different color for these. Why not? Okay, let's set up example 3. All right, let's see. I have side x. This is what I'm looking for. Do I have the angle that goes with it? I do not. But I can find it because all three angles add up to be 180. So if I take 180 minus the 64 minus the 45, that's going to equal my angle that I need. And that looks like it should be, what, 71? So this is 71 degrees. All right, so now I can set that up. Sine of 71 over x. Now, do I have another? I have this side right here, 32. Do I have the angle that matches with it? Yes, I do. Okay, so I'll just set that up then with the sine of 64 over 32. Cross multiply. X times the sine of 64 equals 32 times the sine of 71. Divide sine of 64. Divide by the sine of 64. So x is going to equal sine of 71 times 32, and hit enter. Get that number, then divide it by the sine of 64, and you should get 33.7. All right, example 4. Let's see. I'm looking for x, and I have the angle that goes with it. So sine of 110 over x equals, I have side 19. It looks like I need the angle that goes with it. So we'll just do the 180 minus 110 minus 41 will give me that angle, which is, I think it is 29 degrees. So now I can use that angle, 29, to set up with the side of 19. Cross multiply. X times the sine of 29 is going to equal 19 times the sine of 110. You can already see what's going to happen. We divide by the sine of 29, just like we've done, and we will do every time. So x equals, divide that out, times it, divide, you should get 36.8. Okay, make sure, again, you're doing that right. Okay, so the last part of this lesson, and you'll have some questions on your own. We have Adam, so the side that goes with Adam we'll call lowercase a. Kevin, he's 25, his side is lowercase k, but 25 feet. Dan, the side for him would be lowercase d. And then let's find out what angle Dan is. 180 minus 71 minus 86, that leaves me 23 degrees. So we'll just fill that in. Okay, now I'm going to go over to the questions and say, all right, what do we need to do here? How far is Kevin from Adam? Okay, so Kevin and Adam, so we're looking for D. That's from Kevin to Adam. So let's set that up. I have the sine for 23 over side D. That's what we're looking for. We have an angle with that. And then let's use Kevin's angle and his side. Sine of 86 over 25. Okay, now we've set it up so we can find that distance. Cross multiply. D times the sine of 86 is going to equal 25 times the sine of 23. Divide by the sine of 86, just like we've done in all these examples. We divide. So take your calculator out and make sure you get 9.8 feet. Okay, on the answer key, I did these backwards. So number 6 is 5 and 5 is 6, but the answers are right, and the way they work it out is right. They're just written in they're written in the wrong section. So now example 6, we want Dan from K. Oh, it should be Kevin. Poor guy doesn't get his whole name written out. So let's see what we have here.
Those folks know in the stadium area that our stadium is closed. We are
announcements coming through.
Our stadiums,
here we are at school.
Area, please know that we are under closed.
Dan from Kevin. So that is side A. We're looking for side A. Side A is what we're looking for from Dan to Kevin. All right, so let's set that up. So side A goes with angle 71. So we'll go sine of 71 over A is going to equal, we'll just choose the same ratios as before, sine of 86 over 25. Just keep it the same. All right, so now A times the sine of 86 is going to equal 25 times the sine of 71. Again, same process, divide. And as you use your calculator, you should get 23.7. Okay, so make sure you're getting that number. All right, let's go look at your assignment. Notice on number 1, you have an angle and the side that matches with it, and you have the side you're looking for and its angle, so that's good. Nothing else you need to do. 126 goes with X. The angle 33 goes with 8. You're good. 3, we have side 14 with 83 we can use. Angle 39 with X we can use. 4X goes with, we need to find that angle. And then you can use the ratio. Probably need to find, let's see. Yeah, probably need to find the angle on 5 and on 6. We got that. Yeah, probably need to find the angle. Okay, and then 7 and 8, those set up. You may have to find an angle, but they set up just like the ones we just did. So enjoy.